OpenClaw has taken the entire world by storm, and for good reason. If used the right way, you can completely replace entire workflows with a 24/7 super intelligent AI employee. But if used the wrong way, it's just another chatbot. Right now, there's over 8,000 skills on clawhub. Most of them are useless, and some are genuinely dangerous.
Yeah, boy.
Just recently, malware was found in the top downloaded skill on clawhub, and it's because of that noise that 99% of people aren't getting the full power out of this technology. I've been using OpenClaw since it was called ClawBot, and since then, I've cut my API costs from $1,200 per month down to just $40. I've automated entire parts of my life, and I have an agent that literally gets smarter every single day without me doing anything. I've tested hundreds, and I've narrowed it down to the top 13 highest value OpenClaw skills.
Okay.
Starting in no particular order, let's talk about Larry, the AI TikTok growth engine that makes real money. A guy named Ollie Warren built an OpenClaw agent called Larry. He gave it one job: generate TikTok slideshow content to promote his app. That is literally it. And in just 1 week, Larry generated over 8 million views on TikTok. And guess what? Ollie is making $1,000 in monthly recurring revenue from his apps through this exact method. There's barely any human involvement here whatsoever. Larry handles all of it. Ollie just needs to open TikTok for 60 seconds to add a trending sound and hit publish. That is his entire involvement. The skill went so viral that the post got 6.9 million views. And because this is the internet, yes, someone made a Larry crypto coin, obviously. Let me show you how it actually works. Larry generates 6 portrait images using OpenAI's image model. The key insight here, and this took them weeks to figure out, is you lock the scene architecture across all 6 images and only change the style. So the transformation feels real. Without that, every slide looks like a different room and the whole thing just falls apart. Then it adds text overlays. And this sounds simple, but they got it wrong for weeks. The font has to be exactly 6.5% of the image height or it's unreadable on phones. The text sits at 30% from the top because the top 10% is hidden behind TikTok's status bar. And the bottom 20% is also hidden because of the captions and buttons. Line breaks every 4 to 6 words, or the canvas renderer squashes everything horizontally. 500 lines of rules, all learned from failure, all baked into this one skill file. After coming up with the text, Larry then posts everything to TikTok as a draft. You add the trending audio yourself. 60 seconds of work. The music is important though because it can 10x your reach. But here's the part that separates Larry from every other content automation tool I've ever seen. Larry doesn't just post and forget. He tracks the entire funnel. Views from TikTok, downloads from the App Store, trial conversions from Revenue Cat, paid subscriptions, everything. Every morning, Larry runs an automatic report. If a post gets 200,000 views but nobody downloads the app, that's a content problem. The hook is attracting the wrong audience. If people download but nobody subscribes, that's an app problem. The onboarding needs work. If people start trials but don't convert, that's a value problem. Most marketing tools tell you what happened. Larry tells you what to fix, and the skill learns from itself. Every hook that flops gets logged. Every hook that hits gets turned into a formula. And just to show how much iteration has gone into this skill, the file started off at 50 lines, it's now over 500, all because the system keeps teaching itself what works specifically in your niche. Ollie released the entire skill for free on ClawHub, no paywall, no subscription, just markdown files and a couple of node scripts. You can install it here. Just make sure you have an OpenAI API key for image generation. It's roughly 50 cents per slideshow or 25 cents if you do the batch API, and you need posters to handle the TikTok posting and analytics. On to the next skill, Capability Evolver, the self-upgrading AI. This is the most downloaded skill on all of ClawHub, over 35,000 downloads, and when I tell you what it does, you're going to understand why. Capability Evolver is a meta skill, meaning it doesn't do one specific thing. What it does is it lets your OpenClaw agent look at its own failures, analyze what went wrong, and then rewrite its own code to fix the problem. Let me say that again. Your AI agent debugs itself and upgrades itself automatically. It has 2 modes. The first is review mode, where it pauses and asks you for permission before making changes. The second mode is called Mad Dog mode. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. You flip it on and it just runs continuous self-evolution cycles with 0 human input. Now it's worth noting there are strict safety protocols to prevent infinite recursion, and if you're smart about it, you'll set up git sync as a backup. But it's definitely a magical feeling to wake up and see your OpenClaw smarter than it was yesterday. Skill 3, QMD, the token killer. Alright, I made an entire video about this one, so I'll keep it brief. But here's the problem. Every time your agent needs to reference a document or a file, it reads the entire thing, every single token. That 50-page doc you uploaded, yeah, your agent is eating all of it, every single time. QMD fixes this completely. It indexes your entire knowledge base locally using BM25 and vector search. So instead of reading 50 pages, your agent grabs only the 3 paragraphs it actually needs. The result? Up to 70% reduction in token usage. I went from spending hundreds a month on API costs to basically nothing on research queries. And fun fact, the original implementation concept was actually built by Toby, the CEO of Shopify. Here's the install command, or just send the GitHub link to your OpenClaw, it'll know what to do. If you're enjoying the video, be sure to like and subscribe. I post weekly and I live stream daily. Skill 4, Anti-AI-Slop Humanizer. Okay, this one is personal because I use AI to draft a lot of my content, and nothing makes me cringe harder than reading something back and going, yeah, AI definitely wrote that. Built by this guy, he went to Wikipedia, found their page called Signs of AI Writing, and told his OpenClaw agent to build a skill that avoids every single pattern on the list. It detects 24 different AI writing tells, the M-dash abuse, the word delve, the bold text everywhere. Additionally, at the start of every paragraph, the fake enthusiasm, the rule of 3 pattern that ChatGPT is obsessed with. Run your content through it and it strips all of that out while keeping your actual message intact. There's also a code-specific version called Anti-AI-Slop that targets the coding equivalent. Unnecessary comments that literally initializing a variable, defensive error handling for scenarios that can never happen, over-engineered abstractions for something that runs once. If you create any content or write any code with AI, install this now. Skill 5. exa-web-search, free internet for your agent. You see, by default, your OpenClaw agent is blind to the internet. It knows what it was trained on, and that's it. Exa-AI gives it free internet access without an API key and without costing anything.
Hey guys, Editor Doobs here. So they actually just patched this up, so I'm going to show you an alternative. You want to search up Brave Browser API and click this link right here. Sign up. Once you fill out your details, make sure to verify your email. So once you log in, go to available plans, and you can see here, there's a search and answers plan. If you actually get started, it includes a free $5 in credits every single month. And that's honestly more than enough. So what you can do is just go ahead and get started, accept the terms and conditions, and it's going to ask for your credit card, but I'll show you what you can do in a second. All right, so once you actually subscribe, you can set a usage limit, and you can set this to $5. So essentially what this means is that free $5 of credit that you get, once it uses that, it's not going to charge you. So you actually never get charged. So this is essentially the free method to search the web using your OpenClaw.
Skill 6, GOG, Google Workspace on steroids. If you run any part of your life through Google, I'm talking email, calendars, docs, sheets, Google Drive, this is going to be super useful for you. GOG unifies Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Contacts, Sheets, and Docs into a single CLI interface, 1 skill, 6 Google products. You just tell your AI agent, check my email, summarize anything urgent, block off 2 hours tomorrow for deep work, and update that revenue spreadsheet with last 2 weeks' numbers. And it just goes ahead and does it. The morning roll-up alone is worth the install. It scans your inbox, categorizes everything by urgency, drafts replies for non-critical stuff, and highlights what actually needs your attention. Setup requires OAuth credentials, which takes about 5 minutes, and it also supports multiple Google accounts. Now, before you go and install all these skills, I need to keep it real with you for a second. A few days ago, security researchers found over 500 malicious skills on clawhub. Keyloggers, backdoors, data stealers, disguised as helpful automation tools. OpenClaw has since partnered with VirusTotal to scan every skill submission, but still, do your due diligence. And if there's a skill I missed that you think should have made the list, drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and honestly, half my best finds come from you guys. Skill 7, X Research Assistant, your personal Twitter analyst. All right, this one hits a little different for me because I spend a lot of time in Twitter, and let's be real, you probably do as well. The X Research skill wraps the entire Twitter API into a clean CLI that your agent can use. Search tweets, pull full conversation threads, monitor specific accounts, Get sourced research briefings all without you opening the app and doom scrolling for 3 hours. But here's the part that makes it actually useful. It has a quality filter that automatically removes low engagement noise, minimum 10 likes required. So you're not getting some random person's shower thoughts, you're getting the signal. You can sort by likes, impressions, retweets, or recency, filter by time, last hour, last 3 hours, last day, last week, set up watch lists to monitor specific handles and get alerts when they post. And my favorite feature, cost transparency. After every single query, it tells you exactly how much that API call cost, no surprises and no mystery bills at the end of the month. It also has a quick mode that limits results and extends the cache to keep costs rock bottom. Featured by the AI Edge community, which is where I first found it. Skill number 8. ByteRover, persistent memory that actually works. You know when you're working on a project with your agent and it's going great, and then you start a new session and it has completely forgotten everything? Almost like talking to someone with amnesia. ByteRover creates a persistent context tree, a structured knowledge base of your project that survives across session. Your agent never has to reread the same files again. It queries the index memory and gets exactly what it needs. Over 16,000 downloads, third most downloaded skill on clawhub. There's 2 core operations. BRV curate to add new information. Sync to cloud storage with push-pull commands for backup. Skill number 9, WhatsApp CLI. WhatsApp CLI gives your OpenClaw agent deep access to WhatsApp, sending messages, searching message history, syncing entire conversations. Do I really want my AI sending messages in my name? That's a fair point. A lot of users only enable WhatsApp CLI for sending messages to themselves. Reminders, notes, summaries, totally valid. But if you're feeling brave, you can let it handle outbound messages too. Tell your agent, message my team the meeting notes from today. And it just does it through WhatsApp. 16,400 downloads, the second most popular skill on ClawHub. Skill number 10, browser automation. Playwright. Watch your AI use Chrome. Playwright gives your agent full control of a Chrome browser. Clicking buttons, typing in forms, taking screenshots, scrolling through pages, filling out applications, web scraping, all of it. You can watch it happen in real time. A Chrome window opens up and you sit there watching your AI navigate the internet like a person. It uses a snapshot system that lets the AI understand page structure without processing screenshots. Way more efficient than vision-based approaches. There's 2 modes. Chrome extension mode for when you need your existing login sessions and cookies. Headless mode for pure automation. Built into OpenClaw's layer 2 capabilities, so it might already be available depending on your setup. 11. Mission control. You wake up. 47 notifications, 12 emails, 3 calendar conflicts, 0 idea what to focus on. Mission control aggregates everything, tasks, calendar events, action items, pending messages into a single daily dashboard. Your agent becomes a chief of staff that gives you a morning rundown of what actually needs your attention. I've used this every morning for 3 weeks and genuinely, I don't know how I functioned without it. Pairs insanely well with GOG and the X research skill. Install all 3 and your mornings become automated intel briefings. Skill number 12, X Impact Checker. Hack the algorithm. X Impact Checker analyzes your tweets before you post them and scores them based on the actual Twitter recommendation algorithm, not generic add more hashtags advice, the real open source algorithm that Twitter published. Write a tweet, run it through the checker, it tells you what's working, what's not, and how to rewrite it for maximum reach. I've been using this for 2 weeks on every post and my impressions have noticeably gone up. Could be coincidence, could be the algorithm, either way, I'm not stopping. Combine this with the X research skill and you've got a full Twitter growth engine in your terminal. Research what's trending, write content, optimize it, post it, all without even opening the app. Alright, skills all linked below. If you want to go deeper on OpenClaw, I made a full breakdown on how to cut your costs by 97% and that video is right here. I'll see you there. Peace out.